Ladies and gentlemen, this is our moment. A new generation of XRP millionaires is being produced behind the scenes by the SEC. It's true, even though it seems ridiculous. The trial has now ended, according to lawyers, experts, and even Ripple's CEO. The greatest bullish indication ever is this one. According to experts, the value of the XRP Ripple coin may increase to $21,354. These stats certainly did not prepare you. This is merely the beginning. Let's get right to the point without further ado. Disclaimer: XRP might be getting closer to its long-awaited breakthrough moment than ever before, and Ripple is starting a new chapter in its battle-hardened path. In a recent tweet, Cheeky Crypto stated, "That claim goes beyond mere hyperbole. It represents a genuine, palpable change in the direction and tone of Ripple's protracted legal dispute with the SEC. Fabio Zuccara hinted that we might be nearing the end of a legal drama that has been going on since December 2020 when he tweeted a few days ago. Ripple confirms agreement to end XRP case with SEC in latest report. The project has been plagued by the SEC's complaint, which claimed that Ripple had engaged in an unregistered securities offering. Ripple isn't merely getting ready for closure, though. It is already changing its structure to match life outside of the courtroom. The most obvious indication of this change may be found in Ripple's recent revision of its XRP disclosure policy. Since 2017, the XRP Markets Report, which details Ripple's holdings and market activities every quarter, has been a pillar of openness for years. However, Ripple has now admitted that regulators use those exact reports, ironically created for transparency, as a weapon in the litigation. The business made the strategic decision to stop publishing official quarterly reports. Updates regarding XRP holdings and associated activities will instead be disseminated via Ripple's official website and social media accounts. Transparency is not being retreated from here. It's a necessity-driven evolution. According to Ripple, the conventional format had turned into a regulatory liability, which accounted for the change. However, instead of completely stopping disclosures, the corporation took a middle ground, changing its reporting procedures to keep the public informed without providing regulators with ammo. It's a wise decision that conveys maturity and flexibility. There is more to these shifts than meets the eye. They highlight Ripple's conviction that the legal landscape is shifting in its favor and that XRP's future need not be constrained by antiquated strategies. The new approach values flexibility, instant communication, and real-time updates, all the requirements of the digital asset market in 2025 and beyond. Ripple's change, seen in a larger context, is indicative of the crypto industry's overall battle with changing regulatory environments. Ripple effects have spread throughout the ecosystem as a result of what started as a crackdown on a single coin, compelling projects to reconsider their interactions with the public and regulators. Clearly, Ripple is not going to back down. It's taking on a leadership role, if nothing else. By continuing to release XRP data, albeit according to its own guidelines, the business is developing a post-lawsuit compliance guide that may influence future regulatory strategies for other cryptocurrency companies. Ripple is making a very obvious signal as the dust settles and the company gets ready for what could be a historic triumph. The mission is only beginning, even though the battle is coming to a close. The XRP community has endured market swings, distrust, and lawsuits. Now that the finish line is in view, the terrain is starting to change in their favor. The XRP army has been waiting for this positive signal. Finally, it's here. Ripple is now ready to emerge from years of ambiguity, legal disputes, and stifled momentum. Experts in cryptocurrency are giddy, and their most recent forecasts for the price of XRP, they are absolutely explosive. Some people think that the largest XRP rally in history may be about to happen. You won't want to miss a second of it once you hear what's coming, I promise. In one eye-catching tweet, Jack the Rippler encapsulated the atmosphere. You will become affluent, as will your family. There's more to it than hype. Many XRP holders who have survived the past few years' roller coaster share this strong view. Steph, a cryptocurrency analyst, mirrored that idea with her own audacious opinion. Go to the casino if this XRP chart doesn't make you feel bullish enough. She is adamant. She even declared that XRP was now worth $30. That kind of price target seems less like a dream and more like a postponed, inevitable outcome to those who have followed XRP's lengthy and tumultuous path. And then there are the notorious XRP bugs. The most recent one was reported by Crypto Barbie, which displayed the price of XRP at $21,354. Even if these odd appearances are merely placeholder figures or technical abnormalities, they have stoked optimism and conjecture. However, for some, they serve as indicators, glimmers of what might be in a future in which XRP is a major player in international banking. But neighborhood veteran Barry C. offers possibly the most strong and grounded viewpoint. Experience carries weight in his statements. He recalls the value of XRP when few people had faith in it. And now that it's creeping closer to new milestones, he's not going to give up. In April, the token had a brief decline before stabilizing once more. Evidence that volatility is fleeting, but the vision endures for holders like Barry C. When things appear to be slow, he doesn't panic sell. He intends to turn a profit at different points throughout time. 100, 50, 10, 5, or even $2. However, he really concentrates on the overall picture. With the hope that one day a single coin could be worth $1,000, he's holding XRP. It's not merely conjecture. A $1,000 investment made at 10 cents would become $1 million with a 1,000 XRP. For that type of change, Barry C. is involved. He's not by himself. The current pricing is viewed by many XRP enthusiasts as a blessing in disguise, an opportunity to accumulate more before the floodgates open. Of course, opinions on the time frame are divided. According to some analysts, such as those at Changeley, $500 could be achievable by 2040 and $1,000 after that. According to others, such as Telegaon, XRP may peak at $160 by 2040 and only reach about $285 by 2050. However, the ardent supporters remain unfazed by those predictions. They don't care what the general public thinks about this. It has to do with what Ripple is creating and the direction the blockchain sector is taking, and what practical applications XRP will eventually enable. The groundwork is being laid for the next phase as Ripple restructures its public relations efforts and develops more intelligent tactics after learning from its legal dispute. One thing is certain, regardless of whether XRP reaches $500 or $500 next. Never before has there been such faith in its future. The community isn't merely holding out for a change in price. They're getting ready for what they think will be the most significant financial change of their lives. Furthermore, it is impossible to overlook the fact that Ripple is using its technology to capture the entire globe in the background. There is no denying the momentum behind the covert development of Ripple by governments, banks, and other financial entities. These strategic alliances have a direct impact on the price of XRP Ripple, and the next move could surprise the whole market. Let me now present you with one more positive indication that you simply cannot afford to ignore. Thus, there is more to Ripple's rise than just conjecture. The goal is to replace the antiquated global financial system with one that is more modern, safe, and suited to the digital era. We've been using the same cross-border technology for more than 40 years, as former Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse once stated. It's out of date,